You know what's so crazy is that I pretty much started this whole like YouTube channel thinking, who am I going to be talking to? Like, am I going to be talking to a collective? Am I going to be talking to a certain amount of people? And then it all clicked. It all just made sense, which always sounded so crazy because I was like, how could that be? How could that be possible? But I kept hearing, you're different because your journey is different. So I'm making these videos specifically just for me, but I'm posting them as well just in case someone is like resonating with them or feeling the same way as me. I feel like this is just proof of we're just mirrors of each other, and that if I'm going through something, then you're going through something as well. So sometimes that's why we like, I guess, manifest videos of people going through the same thing as us and breaking through things that we think we're not capable of doing. And then you start realizing, well, if they can do it, then I can do it. And it empowers you so well and so beautifully that, like, I was always on here thinking, I need to look perfect. I need to have the perfect message. I need to say the perfect thing, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. But in reality, it's like these videos, I'm just speaking to myself. So there's nothing wrong you can say to yourself. And so if you're here as well, then welcome. But these videos are really just for me and just to really see how much I'm growing and to see how much I'm stepping into my own power, because I had given my power away so much to so many people that I felt powerless at some point, especially as a kid and especially as a young adult. I felt very powerless. And now I'm like stepping into this like powerful era where, like, if someone's like, yeah, your dream sounds stupid, I'm gonna be like, well, I guess I don't need you in my life. And I just saw. It's like, I just don't need you in my life. Even though it's so scary to like walk away from people that you once thought you couldn't live without. There were people in your life that you no longer have in your life that you thought you could not live without. And look at you thriving. Look at you thriving without having these people in your life. And you were holding on so tightly. You were holding on so tightly for what? For what? Why were you holding on so tightly? Like, there was literally no reason to be holding on so tightly to things. And I had always wondered, like, why do I have like this fiery passion inside of me when I feel like I don't have any energy to create anything, if that makes sense. Like, because I love to paint and I love to draw and I love being creative, but I had all of this fiery passion, 333, and I was like, why don't I have the energy to paint something, create something? Or why isn't anyone asking me for a commission? Or, I have all of this passion and drive. But then I was like, you know what? It's springtime and it feels so amazing outside. Maybe it's time to just be outside and reflect. As much as it felt so scary to reflect, because I think some parts of me, or some parts of us, because I'm talking to you, some parts of us were so scared to reflect because we knew we were going to have to take accountability for a lot of things in our life. Like, we were going to have to take accountability for, like, a lot of shit in our life. And pretty much just, like, own up to, like, some of the things in our life are our fault. We gave our power away so much that we stepped into doubt and fear so much that we forgot who we were. Like, we let little things worry us so much to the point that it felt like it was just like a whole field of like quicksand, like the whole floor, instead of the whole floor being like lava, because I feel like when the whole floor is lava, you're just burning away areas of your life that no longer serve you. But whenever you're in like a floor of like quicksand, it's like you're getting sucked up by your old story, you're getting sucked into fear and doubt and worthiness, and just letting those energies win, when in reality it's like you have faith that everything is going to get better. Hold on to any amount of faith that you have, any amount of hope that you have, even if it's just like the tiniest little speckle of hope. Hold on to it like it means the world to you. Hold on to all of that faith with everything that you can, because trust me, everything is going to get so much better. Even though it feels like your whole life is falling apart, and I understand how scary it is to feel like you have to let go of everything you know. You're saying, well, all of my friends that I love and I care about, what if it turns out that they didn't really love and care about me? And it's like, why even have that fear inside of you? Like, they would never be this close if the universe didn't think they were going to bring something amazing into your life. Like, do you understand how many people you've lost through your entire life? And I'm not talking about like death, but I'm talking about like people that have just disappeared from your life with no reason, or like you had like a really bad like break with them, right? And so you're not on talking terms, you don't text, you don't do anything. Like, do you understand that like all of these things were for your highest good? And it's so crazy that we hold on to people, old stories so tightly because we're so scared of the unknown. Because if we let this go, then what's next? We're so used to our old patterns of something always going wrong. And I know how scary it is to just be like, nothing's gonna go wrong this time, and I'm gonna take that leap of faith. It's really hard to do that. So I'm proud of you for even trying, even if you don't know where you're jumping to or even where you're flying to. Because one thing that's really scary is jumping into the unknown, like burning everything that you know into ashes. So, like, the feelings that used to, like, hold me back, the feelings that, like, I don't know, like, of not being worthy enough, or not being powerful enough, not being beautiful enough, not being smart enough, not being anything enough. I'm literally burning down. And it's so crazy because that used to be my entire life. Like, that's all I used to think. And every moment I used to not be present, not enjoy life, not look at the clouds and make shapes out of them, or like enjoy the flowers blooming, or enjoy the weather, or enjoy laughter all around me and enjoy my joy inside. I would judge everything in my life. And I would feel like I was judging everything, so I felt like everything was judging me back. So you're basically a mirror to yourself and to others. So I think that's why I'm saying that these videos are specifically just for me to like watch them back. So if all of them have at least one view, then that view is me. And that's me understanding that I'm letting go of more than I realize, and that I deserve to be proud of myself because I've done so much work. Even if it feels like no one can see my progress, or it feels like I'm not talking about my progress enough, I know that I'm talking on here, and that I don't have to keep this like stored on my phone, so I can like put it on YouTube and then delete it, and then just be like, even if I lose that video, I'm gonna be okay. And that means that I didn't need to listen to that anymore. That old story was completely burnt down. And I used to, it's so crazy because I still do this. Like, I still look for signs. So, like, I'm it makes me really happy seeing like 222 and 333 and all of these beautiful angel numbers, but it seems that like I'm not waiting to see them and take action, if that makes sense. Like, I'm slowly trying to trust myself and slowly trying to rebuild that trust within myself, because all of my life I was told that I should not trust myself, when in reality that was like everything that I was told as a kid is completely opposite of what I'm supposed to be feeling like. So if you think that your whole world is crashing down, it may be for a reason. Like, everything that we know seems like it was a lie, so it feels like we're burning everything down, and then we're burning things, and then we're realizing, whoa, like, we're burning everything that we know. If we burn everything that we know, then what are we left with? What am I left with if I burn everything down? And I'm just sitting there, right, so scared of what's next. If I burn all of this down, then what's next? And I feel like, yes, it's good to like be very analytical and be very logical sometimes, but sometimes you just can't be logical. Sometimes things don't always have to make sense right now, which is weird and crazy, but truthful, that not everything has to make sense right now. Sorry, my cats are acting so crazy back there. I can't even think of what I'm trying to say to myself. I know what I'm trying to say to myself, but I'm just trying to make sure they're safe back there. And that's also one thing that I'm trying to let go of, is control. Control of everything. Like, it feels like I need to be in control, when in reality I just have to flow. But it's so scary and crazy. Like, what do you mean just flow? Doesn't flow have to have control sometimes? And it's like, in a sense, I think so, right? So if you're flowing and you see that you're gonna smash into a rock, maybe it's try to do everything to move out of the way. But then why are you thinking that your whole river is full of rocks? Like, because I used to see my river as this like muddy swamp, right? I was just like full of all of this mud, and everyone would be like, just go with the flow. And then I'd be like, yours is moving? My river is not moving at all. I feel stuck. I feel stagnant. But I feel like it's because I was doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Like Einstein said, I think Einstein said that, didn't he? Where it's just like, it's insanity to do the same thing and expect something different. Which I would always read that and I'd be like, what is he even talking about? Like, do the same thing and expecting something different is insanity? But then in my head, I'm like, well, technically, I think that's your comfort zone, right? Like, doing the same thing but expecting things around you to change. Like, if you're hanging out with the same people that brought you worry and doubt, then why do you think those people are, how do you think those people are going to benefit you now if they're not thinking growing, like they're not wanting to grow? Like, why be around people that don't want to grow? I know it's scary to grow, right? But grow around them, and just let them see you thrive. Like, let yourself be the example for other people, even though it's scary. Because like, I had this like really like intense vision of like someone handing me a torch and being like, you're gonna be like the first person to walk this path, so there's no path to follow. You're just gonna have to learn which path to take, and there's no right or wrong path. There's just a path that you're gonna go down, and you're gonna be like, maybe that's not where I want to go, and then you can easily turn around. I feel like that's why I've always been so indecisive all my life, because I felt like, oh, I need to, if I go down this path, then there's no turning back. Or if I have this idea, then I can't have another one. Which, that's very limiting to have, very limiting idea to have, is that you can't change your mind multiple times a day. You can change your mind as many times as you want. Even if the people around you are like super annoyed by that and they're just like, why do you change your mind so much? Why are you so indecisive? And it's like, I'm indecisive because, in a sense, I don't know what I want, but I know what I want. But I'm looking and trying to find out what I want while not knowing what I want. That makes sense. And I have been just sitting out here and meditating, and I just heard the song Burning Up for You, Baby. Damn, 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 damn. Damn. I love that song so much. I love the Jonas Brothers. I used to have a huge obsession with them as a kid, and like because I think it was Joe Jonas. We like have the same birthday, so we are both born on August 15th. So I remember finding that out and like thinking, wow, we're meant to be soulmates. Because ever since I was a little kid, I would take things so like deeply and so seriously. So if someone had the same birthday as me, I'd be like, is there something I'm supposed to learn from you? And I think people just, I wouldn't say they found that weird. Maybe I found that weird as a kid, or I don't know. I don't really remember like who was the first person to knock my dreams down, but you know what, it's okay, because we're gaining our confidence back, and we're gaining our like our footing back, and we're understanding that we're basically supposed to guide ourselves. Because I would always think, well, like, who am I supposed to be looking for guidance, right? And I would always be like, what am I supposed to be reading, what am I supposed to be listening to? Like, someone must have the answers, right? But I think everyone has the answers to their own lives, to what they want. And if we want to share it, then other people can learn from us, but it's not obligatory. I'm obligatory. That's the word I'm looking for. But like they're not obligated to follow what you're saying, but they can take in what resonates for them and with them. I think that's why religion has always been like gross to me, because like how is everybody in this room supposed to be following this one book? That doesn't seem right to me. But you know, if they believe that to be true, then they can believe that to be true. You know, and I don't want to like tell them like you're not supposed to all be learning from the same thing. You know, you're supposed to be learning from each other. Um, but if they're not ready to hear that, then they're not ready to hear that. Don't try to change anybody else's path, because then you're stopping your progress. You're stopping what you're supposed to be doing in your life. And I always had that mentality as a kid, as a little kid. I want to save everyone. I want to save everyone with my love. That's what I would say to myself as a kid, because I saw so many people around me so unhappy, and I would always tell myself like, it's okay. We're going to save them. With our love, we can save everyone. And I still believe that, like, in my heart, that, like, with my love, I can save everyone. But I feel like the universe is telling me that, like, your love is so, like, rare and so beautiful and so amazing and so healing that maybe they're just not ready for that. They're not ready to feel all of that love and that healing, and it's okay. They're just not in that path of needing that right now. Like, they're going to hear and feel that when they need it the most, you know? I don't know if you can hear all of that noise. I always take these noises as confirmations that whatever I'm saying is correct. Like, you know how like some people are just like, if I see 333 while I'm reading, then I know that I'm saying like the correct thing for the collective. But I feel like every single time I hear a wind chime or an airplane, a helicopter, a train, that I'm like saying the right thing to myself, and that when future me, right? Even an hour from now, me watching this video, I'm gonna be like, well, this is all the things that we've learned, and these are all the things that we're letting go of. And I would always try to make these videos and try to be like, I want to save, with that mentality of I want to save everybody. When in reality, it's like you're just here to save yourself, and everyone else will start noticing, like, why are they so happy? And it feels like they just don't have that much, you know? Like, and in reality, it's hard to be happy when you don't have much, but then when you don't have very much, you start appreciating that with all of your heart. Like, you appreciate everything with your entire heart when you don't have that much. Like, I have, like, my husband that I love with my entire being, and, like, whenever I think about him and whenever I think about myself, because we're mirrors of each other, right? So whenever I think about him, I think about how divine I am at the same time, because I know that we're mirrors. So if I see the beauty in him, that means that same beauty I'm seeing in him is in me. So anytime I would think about him, because I love, like, dedicating songs to him and saying, oh, well, I listened to the song and it made me think about you. And the song that came up was Angel by Phineas. And it's just, congratulations, you've been pretending to be human. And, like, that song is so beautiful, and it makes me want to cry every single time I listen to it, because when I hear it, I feel like I'm mirroring that song to myself. So, like, I'm like, I am an angel, and I'm loving, and I'm so kind. Like, even if I didn't have anything in this entire world to call mine, I would still be like, but I have my life. Like, even if everything in my life, like, meant, like, if everything that I knew was gone with an instant, right? I would still say it's okay. I still have me, and everybody is me, right? So, like, all of my friends, like, I see the beauty in them because I see the beauty in myself. I see kindness in myself, so I see kindness in them, and I see that little spark of light in me, so I see that little spark and light in them. And, like, we're all here to motivate each other and to help each other grow, and to help each other, like, step out of boundaries and feel feelings. I've always been so, like so very emotional, like, cry at anything that moves anything in me. So if there's, like, a sad scene that comes on a movie, the waterworks are coming. Whenever the, like, main character has freed themselves from something, it makes me so happy, and it makes me feel like breaking free from all of these, like, mental chains that I have inside of me, that I'm just like, I'm gonna break these chains no matter how much they hurt and how much I have to do this. I'm gonna break them, and I don't care. Like, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna keep going no matter how hard this goes or how hard this life gets. I don't care. I'm gonna keep going. Like, I don't care if, like, people try to fill me up with fear or worry or doubt or any of that. I'm gonna be like, bitch, look, I've been through so much fucking shit. I'm not gonna let you fucking ruin this beautiful dream that I have in my mind. So if you have people in your life making you worry about that your dreams are too big, say fuck you. Fuck you, because I've been playing a fucking small part all my fucking life. I'm not letting you fucking do anything to this dream that I'm going to achieve. How? I don't know. But I know that if I put all my love into it, I'm going to achieve it. And I think what my dream is to just see everyone be happy, right? See everyone just be so joyful, because I feel like as human beings, that's what we're, like, meant to feel and be. Like, this system has been so, like, corrupt. And I just saw 444. The system has been so corrupt to the point that, like, when someone in your family that you have, one thing that like hurts me so bad is that when someone that you care and love about dies, the world just expects you to just keep moving, right? Just keep going. When in reality, I feel like we should be celebrating them and celebrating that every good thing that they brought into our lives. And everyone should move this fear and this blockage that they have in their throat chakra and really just stand up and say, this person changed my life and I want to live my life to the fullest for this person. This person is no longer with us, but I want to fulfill, like, they're still watching me, they're still loving me and still watching me and still guiding me, then I'm gonna keep doing everything in my power to be amazing and to be perfect and to keep striving for the best, because I know that that's what they wanted me to do. They wanted me to keep going and keep trying, because in reality, when we lose somebody through death or anything else, when that person's no longer in your life, I feel like they just become like this guardian angel, just moving things for you, like helping you move and burn down all of the fear and doubt that you have inside of you. So I feel like the more people you've lost in this life, the more guidance you have, the more people you have to turn to and say, like, I feel like I can't do this alone. Like, please be with me, guide me through every step of my life. Even though I've never lost anybody in my life, I know that when I do lose somebody to death in my life, that they're going to become my guardian angel and that I'm going to live life to the fullest just for them. Because now they can see every single step that I take. I feel like when someone here is here physically, I feel like obviously they're mirrors, right? So they know what you're doing, but you feel like they don't know what you're doing. So then once they cross over, it's like you feel like they're watching you all of the time, and then you feel like every single step that I take is going to be for you. And how other people see that, I see that as myself. So I've been like journaling for, I want to say 7 to 6 months now, and every single time I would read like a page off my journal, I would be like, oh my god, like I'm growing so much. I am learning for myself so much. Like I don't have to repeat mistakes to understand what I was supposed to learn from that. I feel like as a teenager and a young adult, I had to go through mistakes multiple times to be like, oh, so that's what I was supposed to be learning. So that was the lesson the whole time. And so before, whenever I was like a kid and a young adult, and when I say young adult, I mean like my early 20s, like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, that age. um it was really hard to let go of people. Like when people showed me they didn't want to be part of my life, I would give them another chance and I would be like, no, 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 but like, you don't understand, like my life is going to be amazing and I want you to be part of it. I would fight so hard for them and be like, my life is going to be amazing, like, and I've always like felt like I had to prove myself and say, no, stay a little bit longer, my life is really going to be amazing, please stay a little longer. And now the age that I am now, I'm about to be 27, and that you wouldn't even think that, like, you know, I don't know, like 10 years. I mean, I guess now thinking about it, 10 years is a really long time to now finally be in this stage, right? Of just peace. But you know what's so crazy is if you've made it this far, then you know, this message is, maybe you feel, maybe you resonate with me. But I want to say these, the feeling of not being here, like, has been with me ever since I was a little kid. The pain that I was like bringing into me. So I was feeling, I'm very sensitive to energies and feelings. So I would feel people's sadness deeply, even if I've never even even if this lifetime, this incarnation, I didn't feel, haven't felt that pain yet in my past lives, or at some point in my past life I felt that pain. So I was able to feel other people's pain at a very, very young age and not understand this pain. So I would go through my life and say, so everyone's feeling this pain and they're still going. How? So I feel like feeling this enormous amount of pain at such a young age makes you so strong to the point that it feels like nothing is able to ever break you. Nothing is ever able to do anything to you. And that if you want to burn things away, then you burn it when you're ready. Whenever you want things to break, you break them whenever you're ready. Right? So, and I feel like those are triggers, right? So when you think about something very like traumatic, sometimes your brain is like, let's not think about that right now. Like me not wanting to come out here and self-reflect, I knew that as soon as I started self-reflecting, I would have to take a lot of responsibility for a lot of things in my life, and I would have to just sit down with myself and forgive myself a lot and love myself and say I didn't know any better at that time. I didn't know any better, and it's okay, and I love myself and I forgive myself for doing any of this, for hurting myself, for giving my power away. But I know better now, and I'm choosing better now. I'm choosing myself in every area of my life. Like I'm gonna choose myself no matter what, because I love myself, and I'm strong enough to forgive myself and to move on, and to give other people that grace as well. So when people in my life show me they don't want to be in my life, I'm going to take that as a fact and say, okay, if you don't want me in my life, if you don't want me in your life, then I'm okay with that. Let's go our separate ways. We don't have to be friends. We don't have to talk. We don't have to communicate. Like, you're not obligated to be in my life. You know, it's like there's a specific song. I'm recording with my phone and I was trying to look for my phone. There's this specific song and I forgot what it's called, but it's like, I don't I don't need you, but I want you. I forgot what the name of the song was, but I have it on my playlist. I'll have to look it up later and like put it on something, I guess. But it's like, I don't need you, but I want you. And like, I feel like that's my goal, is if someone shows me that they don't want to be part of my life, then I'm gonna take that as a fact and just be like, okay, well then you're not obligated to have me in your life. If I'm too much for you, then you can move out of my way. Because like, you're not obligated to be around me. You're not obligated to interact with me. You're not obligated to love me. Like, if you can't see the magic in yourself and you can't see the magic in your life, then I feel really sorry for you, because I see magic everywhere. Like, I'm like a little kid. That's why I feel like I connect so beautifully with kids, because like, I've that's all I've ever wanted was my childhood. I've always just wanted to be a child. Like, I missed out on being a child. I missed out on looking up in the sky and seeing the stars. I'm gonna start crying if I think about that, but I feel like I missed out on a lot of things in my childhood. Like, I wasn't able to be happy as a child. I had to deal with a lot of adult problems and a lot of adult issues. So I was not able to like look at the night sky and imagine shooting stars and imagine, all of this magic up there. And I couldn't look at the clouds and make shapes as a kid. I was worrying about adult things. I wasn't even able to know what my favorite snack was as a kid, because I was just trying to survive. I was just trying to be okay every single day. And now as an adult, I'm just like, I just want to enjoy things. I just want to be happy. I just want to know what my favorite color is. I want to know what my favorite snack is. And I want to change my favorite color every 5 minutes. And I want to change my favorite foods every 5 minutes. And I want to try new things and be someone different every single day, but know that I'm being authentically myself every single day. And me being this authentic, maybe I'll help other people in my life be authentic as well. Like, even if people find you weird, it doesn't matter. Just be yourself and be happy and love and see the magic in things. And even if it sounds silly to other people. If it doesn't sound silly to you, then it doesn't matter. If it's not hurting anybody, then you're doing perfectly fine. Me thinking that fairies are real and all of this magic is real isn't hurting anybody, but it's making my life so much better. Like seeing rainbows and seeing butterflies and bubbles and the sun and feeling like the spring breeze, like, and just breathing it in makes me so happy. Like this weather that we're having today makes me so grateful and so happy to be alive. And I want to say, like 10 years ago, I would have never imagined myself saying I'm so grateful for being alive. And I am now. I'm very grateful and thankful for being alive. And I'm so happy to be alive and so joyful to be alive and so thankful every moment. Like every single time I wake up and I open my eyes, I'm just like another day to burn things that no longer serve me. Another day to grow, another day to be myself, to be authentically me more and more every single day. Until, me being authentic, if that's guiding people and if that's helping people, then I love that. I'm gonna embrace it and love it, and I'm just gonna be so happy. And I'm gonna be so happy to rewatch these videos and watch myself grow every single day. I just can't wait. I can't wait to see how amazingly I grow and how much I learned from myself and how much I start trusting myself. Because that's ultimately my biggest goal for this year is trust myself indefinitely. Like whenever I get like a feeling of I'm gonna go and do this, then I'm gonna have no doubt in my mind that that's what I need to do and that's what I want to do. That if I want to do it, then it's meant to be. And these videos used to be so intimidating to me, like making them, because I always felt like I have to say the perfect thing, and sometimes visions will come up and be so very crazy, and I'm gonna be like, how am I even going to explain that? How, like, is someone really going to like resonate with that? But if I'm resonating with it and I see that vision and think that vision is beautiful, then that vision is beautiful. And I have very intense, passionate energy inside of me that I cannot wait to share. And I feel like making endless videos because now, if I'm feeling so authentically me right now, then like I'm gonna want to post like so many videos every single day to finally show everyone. And I feel like, well, not show everyone, but like show myself how much I love and I'm so confident in what I believe. Because like if I'm very confident in what I believe, then no one can move me from my path. And not like no type of energy can move me from where I'm at and where I'm going. And that nothing can make me doubt myself ever again, because I have been through hell and back. That I'm not going back to that quicksand. I'm not going back to that. I'd rather walk through the fire as many times as I need to burn everything that no longer serves me, to the point that whenever I walk through all of this fire, I'm just going to be authentically me. It's just going to be me at the end of the day. So, I love you. I'm going to go back to meditating. And I will probably post something tomorrow or whenever I feel like it. Whenever I feel called to update myself on how I'm doing and what I'm learning and what I'm seeing as truth. And my ultimate goal is just to love. That's been my ultimate goal as a kid, was just to love authentically and love unconditionally. And to know that someone hurt the child that just wanted love and unconditional love and joy breaks my heart into a million pieces. That someone saw me just wanting to be happy and wanted to destroy that. It makes me so sad. And that's why whenever a child or anyone tells me their dreams, I'm just like, that's possible. If that's your dream, then shoot for it, go for it, because it's possible. Trust me, it's possible. I know it, and I believe in you. So if you need to hear that, I believe in you. I love you. And I can't wait to see how amazing this this life turns out to be, because I know so many amazing things are on their way. I know so many amazing things are on my way, and this journey was not easy at all. Like, it broke me. My heart's bruised and broken a million trillion times. But it didn't matter how many times my heart was broken, because I think they were just breaking that. They were just trying to, like, put, like, it feels like a barrier between me and my heart, and then all of my life it was just being broken and broken and broken. And they were thinking that they were breaking my heart, but they were actually just opening it up even more. So it's so crazy, because after every, like, I feel like that should have made them so mad, because every single time that they tried to knock me down, I was like, you know what? I love myself even more because I got through that. And I honestly, like, I feel so sorry for whoever was trying to break me as a kid and whoever is trying to break me now, because I'm understanding that nothing can break me, because I have the divine protection of my angels and of masters and of God and the universe and the cosmos and nature and Gaia. I have so much protection and love that honestly nothing can break me. I have so much love and protection, and I fully understand that now. And I fully embrace that, and I fully just love who I am. So I'm gonna leave it at that. And I can't wait to see what else you learn and how much you grow. And I can't wait to hear what kind of blessings entered your life, because I know you've been asking and asking for blessings to come in, and you've been getting nothing but signs that blessings are gonna come in. But instead of getting signs now, you're gonna get, physical gifts of how amazing and how much work you've put into this. Like, you have done so much work. You have worked so hard to be at this point in your life, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so beyond proud of you. I'm so, so proud of you, and I love you. And keep loving with your entire heart. Keep loving with your entire heart. If people aren't ready for your love, the universe will move them out of the way. So don't worry about anything. Just keep loving. Be the loving you that you've always been. I love you. Bye.